Hey guys, if you don't already know me, I'm Abby and welcome to my YouTube channel. Right now it's nearing the end of September, there's a chill in the air, and it's almost time for October, so you know what that means. It's about time for Inktober to start too. Now, a lot of you might be wondering what Inktober is, so I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little backstory here. So in 2009, Jake Parker, a famous illustrator, comic short story creator, and all-around good guy at what he does, decided to challenge himself by creating a 31-day challenge called Inktober, where he made a ink drawing for every day of October from the 1st to 31st in order to refine his inking skills and make sure he's practicing every day and creating good drawing habits. Naturally, a lot of people wanted to jump on this bandwagon, and every year since then it has gained steam with thousands and thousands of people participating, drawing every day, and posting pictures of their drawings online in October. So that being said, I decided to create this little video about how you can participate in Inktober, some tips, tricks, and tools to help you survive all 31 days. And I'll tell you a little bit about some artists that inspire me, my attempt with Inktober last year, and I'll show you some of my own ink drawings so that way you can see what I like to do. So to start this off, I have to say Inktober is for anyone who wants to participate. You don't have to be an artist, you don't have to be an illustrator, you don't have to be any of those things or have any prior drawing experience. If you just want something fun to do and keep you busy every day of October, then this is a good challenge for you. You don't have to create masterpieces every day. They can just be doodles. As long as you are drawing something in ink on paper every day, then you are doing this challenge. The rules are simple. You just have to make a drawing in ink, upload it online, hashtag it with hashtag Inktober, and then do it every day of October, all 31 days. Yep, it's that easy. Well, at least it sounds pretty easy. But taking the time to actually draw every single day of October is really hard. I tried it for the first time last year and failed horribly. And I will go into more detail about that later. Now, I think to start off, I'm gonna go over some tools that you can use and the tools that I will be using this year and tools that I've used in the past. I think I've got a good collection here of stuff for anyone in any experience range, in any budget range. By the way, I'm going to include a link to all of the tools and materials that I listed off in the description below this video, so that way you will have easy access if you see something that you want to buy for your own Inktober experience, or just whatever. You like art, you want markers, I got you. Everything will be below, so that way you can get it if you need it. Number one tool, ink pen. Simple stuff, just about everyone has one. Just a ballpoint pen, nothing fancy. You can create really awesome drawings with just a ballpoint pen and paper. Super easy, but if you really want to upgrade, just one step up from that, my personal favorite is this Sharpie Twin Point. I love this Sharpie. It has the one big tip here, and then it has a fine tip on the other end, which means that you can create some pretty detailed drawings and still have a more broad tip to color things in if you want to make things darker. I think this is great, but there are also tons of other options of Sharpies that you can find online in just about any store near you. And there are tons of other options of Sharpies, tons of other colors. If you went to high school with me, you know that I carried around a bag of just about every color Sharpie in my purse. Because, yeah, I like Sharpies. So, up until this year, I have been using these Faber-Castell? I don't know if I'm ever saying that right. Anyway, I've been using these PITT pens, and I adore these. These are great. These come in a 4-pack and what is this? 8-pack, and they have so many different ends on them. There's like a lot of, you can see here, they have an example right here, but I will also be making my own example. Now, you'll have to forgive me because a lot of these markers are kind of dried out, so it's not gonna look so good in the example. And that's kind of the reason why I decided to stop using these this year. I love them and they are excellent, excellent if you want a wider range of marker types to use in your drawings. But as fast as I go through them, I didn't want to keep paying the price to get new ones over and over and over again. So I will be showing you the markers I switched to in just a few moments. Another thing that I have used are these Faber-Castell. These Faber-Castell Pitt pens in shades of gray. I think these are excellent if you want to add some different shades of gray in your drawing. This comes with 3 shades of warm grays and 3 shades of cool grays. You get a nice warm, light gray, medium, and dark gray. They look excellent and they do a pretty good job. But like I said, they get used up pretty fast too. So that's something to consider if you think you're going to be using them a lot and have to buy new ones all the time. You should consider what I decided to do. I made an investment and got some Copic Multiliner SPs. Now I just got these in a couple of weeks ago and I haven't done anything serious with them yet, but so far I'm liking them. I am liking them. So these are more of like a collection of fine liners with only 1 brush pen, so it's not as varied as the Pitt pens are, but there's a lot of very fine variants in these. So it's very, very small differences. But the reason that I decided to get these is because this version is the kind that you can change the nibs and you can change the ink out, so that way they are reusable and I don't have to buy brand new pens every time. I've used these before, but I also got these Sakura Jelly Roll white gel pens. These are great to use on colored paper, especially gray or my personal favorite, tanned paper. They are amazing for highlights. They really make ink drawings that are on colored paper pop, and they just do a great job at what they are. They're just fantastic, fun to play with. You should consider doing this if for no other reason than just to play with them. Oh, and they're so cheap. These are like $3. I don't know, they're cheap. It's good stuff. Speaking of different kinds of paper, I think that I will talk to you about the kinds of paper that you can use. I mean, obviously, great place to start, just your notebook or your printer paper. It's fine, but if you want to upgrade just a little bit, I would actually suggest getting a stack of cardstock. You can get, I think I'll put a link for it in the description, but you can get 300 sheets of cardstock for like $10 on Amazon. And what I love about cardstock is it's nice, thick paper. The ink's not gonna bleed through, and it's really sturdy. I don't have to worry about stuff getting bent up, and it does a good job. I like cardstock for a lot of things, and I know it's not super fancy, but don't underestimate it. It's a good material. Now, of course, there's also different kinds of sketchbooks that you can use, like this Strathmore Sketchbook. I don't particularly use it for ink, but it's like a nice sketchbook. I've got my example in here that I've been making for you guys right there. And just, yeah, it's a good sketchbook. And if you want a colored paper, like what I was showing you in the example for the gel pens, I use this Strathmore Toned Tan paper. I love this stuff, and I'll be showing you some of my drawings out of it here in a little bit. The sketchbook that I used for my Inktober last year and the one I'll be using this year is this beautiful, majestic sketchbook given to me by a wonderful friend. Thank you, Elisha. I love this sketchbook. It's a lot of fun. I really want to fill the whole thing up one day with ink drawings, so here in a little bit I'm going to be showing you my drawings that are in here. Now on to the tips and tricks. Quick disclaimer, there's no difference between the tips or tricks. I just thought it would be catchy for the title. Yeah. So Inktober is called a 31-day challenge for a reason. It sounds easy and can be easy to draw every day of October for all the 31 days. But if you're kind of like me and you tend to focus on something for too long and just waste your time, or you don't have a lot of time, then I have some tips to help you get through that. One of the things that I think will help you out a lot would be to follow one of the many Inktober prompts that you'll find online. This year I am going to follow the official Inktober prompt, but you don't have to do that. There are tons of other fan-made prompts out there, and what they are just lists of ideas to get you started on things to draw every day. A saying that we use quite often in our household is prior planning prevents poor performance. It's important to plan out your Inktober ideas. That way that you will not have to spend as much time on it every single day. Make a list of ideas that you have for each one of those prompts. That way that when the day rolls around, you can go ahead and get it sketched out and you're good to go. If you want to do things that are a little more complicated, some people might consider this cheating, but I personally do not. I do not think that there is anything wrong with doing some sketches beforehand, like sketching ahead. Don't ink it yet until the day of, because I think that if you inked it beforehand, that might be cheating. I don't know. I don't make the rules. When you spend hours and hours a day on one drawing, it can be pretty discouraging to move on to the next day. So I personally think that there is nothing wrong with getting a pre-sketch done prior to. That way you can just come in and ink it the day of. Another thing that will make it difficult is if you're doing big drawings. I suggest actually getting a smaller sketchbook or taking the big pages from a sketchbook and cutting them into halves or fourths and then drawing on those smaller sheets. That way you don't have as much space to fill and you don't spend as much time on it. Another great thing to help you get inspired is looking at the hashtags for this year or the past year or anything to get ideas. I'll put the Instagram accounts of some of the artists that inspire me in the description below. That way that you can take a look. They're great artists and I think that you can find some inspiration there. But yeah, definitely check out the hashtags. You can certainly find some pretty cool stuff there to inspire you to get drawing. But those are just a few tips and tricks and I hope that they help you. But now I'll show you some of my own art. So yeah. I'm gonna start with my Inktober for last year. I told you I failed to finish last year, but that doesn't mean that I didn't try. So I used this sketchbook from my friend, like I already told you, and on the first day, I decided to open it up to the note that she left me whenever she gave it to me. And I drew this picture of her dogs. This is Axel and Lucy. They're the sweetest. But anyway, day 2, I drew this jackalope. Pretty cool dude. Had a lot of fun drawing him, and I was going for this like eerie kind of white eye, high contrast with geometric and organic things together. So that's what kind of inspired me here. I like this drawing a lot, honestly. I hope I can create some more neat ones like that this year. Now, moving on to my toned tan sketchbook. I've got some anime drawings in here. But I figured I would show these as examples of using inks plus the white gel pens. So if any of you are familiar with Fairy Tail, I've got this drawing of Natsu Dragneel here. He is the protagonist of the series and all-around cool guy. And then also I drew Lucy, main squeeze, and also a protagonist. And then just completely shifting gears, I drew a dragon for a phone game called War Dragons. Anyway, it's a cool game with a lot of cool dragon designs in it, and so I drew this dragon here called Terrand for a contest to win some in-game rewards, and I actually won the contest. So yeah, it was pretty fun. He's a pretty cool looking dragon. But yeah, so that's not all of my ink sketches, but I figured I would show you a few of my favorites and maybe give you some ideas on things that you can draw for Inktober. Anyway, I hope that this video was helpful and not too long. I feel like this video ended up being a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be, so I hope I haven't bored you to death. But if you're really interested in doing Inktober, let me know in the comments below if you're gonna do it or not, and if you are, let me know where you're going to be posting your drawings because I would love to see them. I love seeing Inktober drawings. I think this is such a cool event and I hope that I can finish it this year, and I hope that the tips that I gave you will help you finish it as well. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and consider subscribing because what I haven't mentioned yet is that I'm going to try to record and post time lapses of every drawing that I'm doing for Inktober and post them on YouTube every day. So yeah, I am making it harder for myself already. But yeah, so if you subscribe, you'll be able to get notified when those come out. Plus, I've got a whole bunch of other cool videos coming out about living in Japan and everything. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!